Hello everyone, myself I am Lakshmi Prasanna. I am from Vasireddy Venkatadri Institute of Technology and my roll number is 20BQ180413. I am from ECE department. Today I would like to discuss a few words about construction of synchronous motor. It means how we will construct a synchronous motor. Let's go to our topic. As there is no constructional difference between DC generator and DC motor, similarly there is no difference between the construction of a synchronous motor and a synchronous generator. It means it is the similar of construction of a DC generator and a DC motor. In the same way, there is no much more difference between the construction of a synchronous motor and a synchronous generator. The construction of a synchronous motor is basically similar to the alternator of a rotating magnetic field, and it consists of two main parts, stator and rotor. Our synchronous motor will have two main parts. There, first one is stator and the second one is rotor. So let's start with our stator. What's its importance and how it will be? Stator of a synchronous motor. It is a stationary part of a machine. The armature winding is placed on the stator and so it is called stator winding. The stator consists of a cast iron frame which supplies the armature core or stator core, having slots on its inner periphery for housing of armature conductors. And the fourth point is the stator core is built up with sheet steel laminations to reduce the eddy current losses. Ventilating ducts are provided in the frame for cooling the machine. The stator winding is a three-phase distributed winding excited by three-phase AC supply. So let's see the diagram how our construction of a synchronous motor and where the parts are situated and how it will be. See, here I am showing the diagram, and see, first of all we have discussed about the stator winding. Here we can see the stator winding inner side, and these are called stator slots, and the round one outside, that is called stator frame, and the bases are called the base, and the space between the stator slots and the wedge is called the stator core. As we have discussed earlier, the stator core is a build up with sheet steel laminations. But the reason to build up with sheet steel laminations are to reduce the eddy current losses. We have discussed all the parts, and the next one is stator ventilating duct, and its purpose is they are provided in frame for cooling the machine, as we have discussed earlier. And we have discussed all the parts and what are its purposes. And when going to the rotor of a synchronous motor, it is the rotating part of the machine. In a name we can say rotor. It means it is the rotating part of the machine. The rotor carries a field winding which is supplied with direct current through two slip rings. Rotors are two types, namely they are salient pole type or projecting pole type, and the second one is non-salient pole type or smooth cylindrical type. And the rotors are partially, most of synchronous motors are used salient pole type constructions. It means most of in our construction of the synchronous motor we will use the salient pole type. Let's discuss about what are these salient pole type and the non-salient pole type rotor. First of all, salient pole type rotor. It has the large diameter and short axial length. The salient pole type rotor will have a large diameter and short axial length, and poles are projecting out of the rotor surfaces. and there is a air gap. Air gap is non-uniform. Air gap will not be in the uniform form, it will be non-uniform. And the poles are laminated and carry the field winding. The individual field pole windings are connected in series. The field winding is excited through a DC supply from the slip rings provided on the rotor. The poles faces are usually provided with slots for damper winding or squirrel cage winding, and the damper bears are circuited at both ends by copper strings, and the function of damper winding is to develop starting torque and prevents the hunting in synchronous motor. Let's see the diagram how it will be the salient pole type rotor. Yes, on the screen you can see the diagram how a salient pole rotor will be. Here we have the parts like field winding and slip rings and DC supply and bars of damper winding. And when coming to the non-salient pole type rotor, uh, it has a small diameter and a very long axial length. The rotor consists of a smooth solid forget steel radial cylinder having a number of slots along the outer periphery, and the field windings are embedded in these slots and are connected in series to slip rings through which they are excited by DC supply. Air gap is uniform, whereas in salient the air gap is non-uniform. And these are about the non-salient. Let's see the diagram how it will be. As I said, as we have in before like salient, here also we have the parts like non-salient pole and the slip rings are common and the field windings. And a few words, as we see in DC machines, the field windings which are stationary is kept on the stator and the armature winding is rotating on the rotor. It means the stationary one is stator and the rotating one is a rotor in motor. But in synchronous machines it is reversed, where the armature is kept stationary and the field winding will be rotating. This type of synchronous machine construction has more advantages than the DC machines types. Synchronous machine constructions and it has limited applications. As I said earlier, in DC machines and synchronous machines, in DC machines the stationary part is stator and the rotating part is a rotor, whereas in synchronous machines the stationary as in synchronous machines it is reversed, whereas armature is kept stationary and the field winding will be rotating, and this type of machines will be more advantageous. Let's see the differences between the salient and non-salient pole type rotor. See, here is the differences between salient pole type and non-salient pole type. Let's discuss one by one. And the first one is poles are projecting out from the surface in salient type, whereas in non-salient type unslotted portion of the cylinder acts as poles, hence poles are non-projections. In salient, air gaps is non-uniform, whereas in non-salient air gaps is uniform due to smooth cylindrical periphery. Diameter is high and axial length is small, whereas diameter is large axial length also. And mechanical, whereas in salient pole type, mechanically weak, in non-salient mechanically robust, and preferred for low speed alternating. Salient pole types are preferred for low speed alternating, whereas non salient pole types are preferred for high speed alternatings. um, in salient pole type, prime mover used are turbine IC engines, whereas in non-salient, prime movers used are steam and turbines electric motors. For in salient pole type, for same size, the rating is smaller than cylindrical type for same type, whereas in non-salient, for same size, rating is higher than the salient pole type. Uh, Specker damper windings is provided in salient pole type, whereas Specker damping wedge windings are not necessary in non-salient pole types. These are the differences between the salient and the non-salient pole type. Hope you understand the topic how to construct a synchronous motor and the differences between the salient pole type and the non-salient pole type. Thank you for listening my presentation. Thank you so much everyone.